All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm the DG Picker, and tonight's another episode of Resellers U-Nite. And if you haven't been here before, we're going to have a Hails of a Night. But yeah, I'm the DG Picker. I sell on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, not so much on Amazon anymore, but it's what it is. So we'll go around the horn here and introduce everybody, and then we'll introduce our very special guest. So take it away, Oscar.
What's up, everybody? My name is Oscar El Cubanazo. I'm a reseller. I sell on Amazon, eBay, Mercari, and some other local platforms from time to time. I'd like to welcome our guest, What the Hails, on the show. I know that we're going to have a Hails of a Night, Hails of a show, and we'll have a good time, as always. Welcome, everybody in the chat. I see a couple of the usual guests, usual people in the chat. I'd like to welcome everybody as well. And back to you, Jordan.
All right, we'll move on to our main man, Josh.
Hey, Boo. Hello, everybody. I am Suburban Beard, L Beard, and I am here because Alex and Jordan let me show up again. But I sell on eBay, Mercari, Amazon, and as of 2 days ago, I now sell on Bonanza. Well, my stuff's on Bonanza. I haven't sold anything, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, welcome to our show. Jordan, back to you.
All right, Alex, take it away.
What's up, everybody? My name is Alex, Fat Man the Flipper. I'm your friendly neighborhood fat man, and I also sell stuff. And I do a bunch of other stuff too, you know. And I like to have fun and smile and spread joy and love into the world because that's what I feel I'm here to do. I think that's what everybody should do. So with that being said, much love to everybody out there. Everybody, I love you from the bottom of my heart. And back to you, Jordan.
All right, and Manny.
What's up, everybody? How are you? I'm Manny. I do all the work around here. And my good friend Oscar has taught me a lot. And What the Hails has really shown me the way. I can't wait to learn more from them. Back to you, Jordan.
All right, now for our very special guest, we have What the Hails.
Woo! I'm Jordan.
And I'm Fat Man the Fat Man the Hails and
Professor Hails.
And Fat Man to Professor Hails, and I'm just the nose picker. But I am a big dummy, just like Manny, and but I've got no beard and I don't speak Spanish, so Jordan's still trying to teach me all that.
¿Qué pasó, amigo?
¿Qué pasó, amigo? There we go.
Ya tú sabes.
What did he say?
They do that to us all the time.
On the right channel right
now.
Jalapeno.
Oh, I know that one.
I can teach you a word in Spanish real quick.
Jalapeno.
It means the same thing in English. No.
Chipotle.
Yeah, it means the same thing in English too. The word is no. I got one. The Spanish word of the day is wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
All right, I'm gonna use it in a sentence.
Okay, and I'll use it in a sentence next.
Okay, I only have one bag of Cheetos, but it's okay. Wheelchair.
This is like being on Dora the Explorer's channel. Backpack.
Let's go to the world.
And then my random Spanish sentence that I like to use is ¿Dónde están mis pantalones?
Baby, I've told you, if you're with me, you have to speak English. I don't get all that.
All I know is mi pantalones están fuego. What a George.
I understand Manny. His pants are on fire.
And I said, where are my pants?
Oh,
He's probably not even wearing pants. That's why the camera's up so high.
Manny's ready for Halloween.
Getting all decorated.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I don't have to wear a costume because I'm a mannequin.
Oh, you will here in a little
mullet. A mullet on Manny.
Maybe you made me grow a comb over. Now you're trying to get Manny with a mullet.
Mhm.
Your hair choices in life something to not be desired.
I prefer a rat tail. I'm totally 80s.
That's better.
I have a question, Manny. Manny, who shaves you?
Listen, there's things we don't get into on the show.
And that's one of them.
Do you grow facial hair though?
No.
That's awesome.
I can confirm that Manny has hit puberty and is well beyond it. So.
Yes. Jeremy had to talk with me.
Awkward.
Despite his voice still cracking and pitching high and low at times, he is through with puberty.
Hi, my name's Manny.
Oh, it's so funny.
All right, so I've got to know. I'm sure it was in a video somewhere. I haven't made him through all your videos. Was the first storage unit a plan to just try something new, or was it just something to do?
Okay, so the first storage unit video that's on YouTube, George is not in it. There's other people in it. And so that was before I met George. And I've been doing storage units for as long as I can remember. I've been doing auctions for as long as I can remember. The earliest auction I can remember, like when we talk about it, I remember buying a blow dart gun at an estate auction for like $1 as a teenager. And that's about as far back as I can remember. But I've been doing it forever. The channel, it was just life. I didn't know what YouTube was, and I didn't know what what potential it was and things like that. So I did a storage unit auction because that's just what I did in my daily life. And I thought, oh, maybe somebody would like to watch this. And that's when people actually started to view, and then did an unboxing. And I was like, why in the world are people watching this? and I just shaking my head, and I'm like, man, this thing is just going crazy with views compared to like the 2 views that I got on a video before, and the 3.5 views that I got on another video. And so I went, okay, well, I guess this is the direction. And that was just tipping my toes in the water of that direction. I was like, oh, well, I'm still going to do some other things, but I'll put some storage unit auctions on there too. And really didn't even I did one unboxing of a $1,000 antiques storage unit that I bought. That was like one unboxing that was there before I ever met you. And then when I met her, that was 5 months. I did nothing. I had
He went hiatus.
Yeah,
for
I
5 or 6
literally,
months.
I was in a hole. I was at my place and did nothing. I literally did nothing for probably 5 months. And then I met her, and then I was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" And she said no. And the rest is
I didn't say no. I said
history.
I said I will support you with whatever you wanted to do.
So then I wanted to explore YouTube and see what YouTube was capable of and what would happen. And truly, we both became students of YouTube.
Still are.
And
we're still learning every day.
And in all that anybody in their right mind would want to watch our daily life. Just completely and totally in awe. But people do.
Yeah, and it's been a fun ride so far, just meeting so many people through the YouTube platform that we love our community.
Except she would not get out of the truck this morning. She had friends who had driven from Pennsylvania and all over Ohio, and they were there to meet her. They don't care about me. And so she wouldn't get out of the truck. I was like, babe, you got to get out of the truck. Your fans are waiting for you. She's like, I ain't getting out of the truck until the auction starts.
No, I said, please don't make me go out there and talk to these people.
and so I was like, you're the one that makes me go talk to them. You're the one that's. So I always tell her I want to take her to a baseball game, and she goes, I won't go to a baseball game because I need to be around people and I need to socialize.
No, I said, why do you keep putting words in my mouth? I said, we can go to a
because
baseball game.
Because those are the words that come out of your mouth.
Get a group of people to go. If you can get a big group of people to go to a baseball game, I'll go with you.
So she likes groups of people, and I like just being with her. So I'm antisocial, and she's very social. But she's the one that wouldn't get out of the truck this morning for the.
I didn't have any coffee.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah, that was me this morning too.
Yeah, Oscar without his coffee is like, it's unbearable. Very first time we went and got coffee. We didn't just get one coffee. We got two. One for me, one for him. I took 2 sips out of mine, and I'm talking about it's like Cuban coffee, which is like this little cup, but it's like drinking a pitcher of American coffee. And by the time I took 2 sips, he was done with the whole cup. And then halfway, like around 10 in the morning, he drank the rest of mine.
He just wanted to drink water. You know, it's just sitting there. You can't put good Cuban coffee to waste like that.
Yeah, there's a thing with Cuban coffee. I haven't met anybody that hasn't tried it, that's tried it, and then was like, no, that's the last time I'll have it. No, it was like everyone that's ever tried it for the first time was like, how do you make it? Where do I get it?
That's because they're addicted after one sip. There's that much caffeine.
Yeah, it's caffeine and the sugar too. There's so much sugar in Cuban coffee.
Hey man, come here, amigo. Let me give you. You just take one sip of this coffee, man. And a free sip, and after that, man, it's.
Hey man, I got these cheeseburgers, man. I'll trade you these cheeseburgers, man. Let me just get one taste.
Amigo, I want to talk to you about something. Come here.
Yeah. I have to have coffee in the morning to get my day started. Otherwise, don't talk to me until I have my coffee.
Yeah, coffee is essential to life.
Yeah.
That's like my bosses at work. They're like, I know not to talk to you until about 9 o'clock. They don't even talk to me until about 9:30.
We're pretty different like that. Like I just jump out of bed. I don't drink coffee or anything caffeinated.
I have to hit the snooze button like 6 times.
The alarm goes off. I'm on my feet and I'm ready to go. And then she hits a snooze
My
button.
alarm goes off and I'm snoozing. I hit it like 6 times.
So I've heard. This is what her family has told me, but it's ridiculous.
I hate the snooze button. I turn off my snooze option just so I don't hit it. And that way I know, okay, if I hit this, it's over. But
I always ask her, what's the point in even having an alarm? Why do you set an alarm if you're fun employed now?
right.
I want to interrupt my sleep in the morning because I can wake up at any time I want.
So you fired her a couple weeks ago.
Times. And then I'll get up when I want.
Well, you fired her a couple weeks ago, didn't you? So
Well, no, she told me to fire her.
Oh.
And she's the boss. So I didn't want to get fired for insubordination. And so I went ahead and I fired her. Maybe I didn't want to get fired.
See, borderline hoarderish, Kimmy. She's the same way. She said, my 8-year-old knows not to talk to mom until I've had my cup of coffee.
That sounds like a problem.
So it's relatable to many in the chat.
And it's crazy, right? It's like the moment you take that first sip of coffee, it's like you're a new person. That's
Yeah.
it. The rest of the day,
You know you
All the
have an
energy
addiction.
just goes into the body.
That's how you know you have an addiction.
I actually stopped drinking coffee. I don't. That's why, like, I took 2 sips this morning. By the time Oscar drank the whole cup, I stopped drinking coffee. Like, I drink tea once in a while, but ever since I went vegan with this guy, I've been like, every once in a while I have something that I probably shouldn't have, like Red Bull.
Popeye's chicken sandwich.
No, I still haven't had a Popeye's chicken sandwich. I promise. But
We try not to drink pop, but every once in a while we like to dabble in some like flavored Mountain Dew, like the orange kind or the blue kind.
Baja Blast.
Or Baja Blast.
oh man, why'd you say that? I missed that. Oh,
I love Baja Blast. That's the greatest thing ever invented.
Oh my god, it's so good. And then usually I'm drinking water or iced tea, and then I'll have literally 4 ounces of coffee in the morning. That's it.
You have to tell them the Baja Blast story.
Tell us the Baja Blast story. We need to know this story.
She loves Baja Blast.
Me too.
Only when I go to Taco Bell,
Okay,
though.
but hold a second. She loves Baja Blast.
Only when I'm eating taco.
And I am not a person that goes in small. I go big or I go home.
Right, you have to.
That's who I am. And so we meet up at Taco Bell once, and then she's like, "Oh, I love Baja Blast." Da 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 da. I'm like, I'm gonna Baja Blast her. I'm gonna find.
He never had it.
And she told me, she's like, you can't find this in the stores and da da da. And I was like, yeah, well, we'll find out because so anyways, I find a ton. And I have 2 refrigerators at the house, one in the garage and one in the kitchen. And so I buy all of this Baja Blast and I fill up the garage refrigerator
like
in the
10
kitchen.
2-liter, like the.
Yeah, all right, so the entire fridge in the kitchen is filled with Baja Blast.
It's awesome.
And I'm thinking, yeah, you know, this woman is.
He's trying to get brownie points. This is when we.
I was trying to get more than brownie points, and so I was trying to get you to make brownies for me. So you know, I ask her, you know, she's over, and I'm like, hey, can you get some out of the fridge? She's like, what is all this? Like, well, you told me you like Baja Blast. I only like it when I'm eating at Taco Bell. I'm like,
I didn't sound that mean.
Well, maybe we can enjoy it, you know, here at the house as well, because
there's
an entire refrigerator filled with it now. This would have been pertinent information beforehand, before I was trying to sweep you off your feet.
So he ended up drinking all.
I had to drink all of it. All of it. She would not drink it. She wouldn't touch it. I have kidney stones. I can't drink caffeine. I had to take one for the team.
Next time, call me over.
Yeah. And I didn't get any brownies.
See, at least you didn't go to the extreme, like when she's like, I only like it at Taco Bell, and then you go buy like 300 burritos at Taco Bell. You're like, here you go.
At Taco Bell.
That's the Taco Bell.
Maybe I just bought you a Taco Bell franchise. I don't want to own a Taco Bell franchise.
All right, I bought
on Taco Tuesdays.
I bought Pepsi Company for you.
Hey, be careful saying Taco Tuesdays on here. We might get demonetized now.
I hate it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think LeBron James owns it.
He doesn't own it. He doesn't
own
it.
It was like when Paris Hilton, she put a trademark or whatever on hot.
Oh, that's hot. Yeah.
Or that's hot. Yeah. So you gotta be careful, guys. Don't say Taco Tuesday. Say Taco. I don't know.
What do you say Tuesday in Spanish?
No, but it didn't pass yet. They sent it in, but it hasn't passed.
Taco es Tuesday.
People actually fighting it.
Any word and it becomes.
Is there an El Nino in there somewhere?
Someone El Nino. Someone wants to know what Manny's favorite drink is.
The blood of my enemies.
Huh?
The blood of my enemies. Wow, Manny. That's deep.
Wow.
That's vicious.
Yeah, it is.
So since we're on that topic, and we usually try to get to know our guests a little more than just like, you know, what's up with the storage units. Like we know about that stuff already, right? Like we want to get to know the real y'all, if that is a correct phrase. But yeah, we want to get to know y'all a little more. So and we have this thing where we talk about food. So what is you guys' favorite food?
If I could have one type of food for the rest of my life,
Taco Bell and Baja Blast.
And there you have it. And she says for the rest of her life, she does not mean it, because you fill a refrigerator filled with it.
It would probably be pizza, because you can make different types of pizzas. You can have like a breakfast pizza. You can have your traditional pepperoni pizza. You can do like a dessert, like fruit pizza.
High five.
At the same time. At the same
1, 2, 3.
Oh man, that was expensive.
You can have like you can make peanut butter and jelly pizza, and I mean, so I would go with pizza because it's a variety of different types. What about you, babe?
I'm just curious. What do you think?
D-Rupp in the chat said Jeremy would eat storage locker food.
D-Rupp, that is correct.
Nice. What do you think I would eat?
For him, if he were to eat the same food every single day for the rest of his life, it would probably be chicken nuggets, mac and cheese with a ton of ketchup on it.
Yeah, I would be fine with that.
Oh man, you put ketchup on mac and cheese too?
I put ketchup on
everything.
I could verify his obsession with ketchup. I watched it.
I won't eat steak. I won't eat steak unless I don't like steak. I don't like steak.
He does like hamburgers, but he doesn't like steak.
I love hamburgers. I don't like steak. I'll eat steak if it has ketchup. Roast beef, pot roast, it has to be drowned in ketchup. I'll put ketchup on my carrots. I'll put carrots and potatoes and roast in the crock pot. It all gets ketchup on it. And literally, you can't see anything underneath the ketchup. It's white rice. So when I was in Japan helping establish a camp there, and all I would eat was white rice, but I would pile ketchup on it. I got all the Japanese to put ketchup on their white rice, so that was fun. If you can think of it, I'd probably put ketchup on it. If I'll eat it.
Cereal.
See, I
No,
can't-
I've never put ketchup on cereal.
No ketchup on breakfast foods because
Well, sometimes eggs, lightly on eggs. I don't go heavy on eggs.
Yeah.
My grandpa would eat ice cream, but he'd put like plain like kettle cooked chips with ketchup in his ice cream.
They have a Heinz ketchup ice cream now. Because like everybody tags me on it in Facebook. Anything that has anything to do with ketchup,
He gets tagged.
people would send me. I put ketchup on my ketchup shirts. They would send me, ketchup from all over the world, and they tag me all over Facebook on it. And so they have that ice cream. It's Heinz ketchup ice cream. I've never tried it. I think that's a little too extreme. That's a crossing the line for me. But
Well, they came out with a bunch. They have mustard out too now.
Blech.
in the
Yeah.
ice cream,
Ice cream flavored mustard. And ketchup. They came out with a whole line of them.
That's just
See, I
wild.
can't handle ketchup. I don't know what it is. Like when I was a kid, I loved it. Now I need it's mustard or mayonnaise. But no, I can't do ketchup anymore.
wow.
Yeah, I can do it with certain things, not everything.
I'm with the whole white rice with ketchup thing. I've done that.
Oh,
And it's pretty delicious. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
There's something about it. It's like the white rice brings the ketchup out, and then the ketchup brings the white rice out.
does. I mean, they complement each other so well. It's
Yep, I
like
agree.
a hot Egyptian with a nerdy white boy with a farmer's tan who's balding, and you put them together, and everybody goes, "That would never work." But then you taste it, and you go, "This will never
Perfection.
be. This is perfection. This is perfection."
So, and for everybody in the chat, go ahead and put down what your favorite food, or in this case, also your favorite ice cream, and if you've ever had ketchup ice cream, because I would like to know if anybody out there is trying.
Oh gosh, I don't think anyone could pay me to try mustard flavored ice cream or even ketchup flavored ice cream.
Oh, you can pay me to do it.
How much
got
would you do it for? How much would you do it for?
Not much. I ate a
$7.
time for $5. So.
A George Washington will do it.
And 300 of his brothers.
I do it just for fun, Just I'm not so much a thrill seeker, but I like to push that limit of like if it scares me or kind of gets me concerned or something like that, I like to see how far I can go, in a safe way. You know what I'm saying?
What's your safe word?
Safe word is Matata.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Don't say Taco Tuesday.
You can't say that.
I'm sorry, it's a safe word. I wanted to make sure.
Oh man, LeBron James just DM'd me. He said he's watching me.
I'll try something at least once just to say that I've tried it. The weirdest food that I've ever had was I went to a pig roast and I tried pig brain.
Oh, I've done that.
Was it good?
I took like a Ritz cracker and spread it on there, and it almost tastes like
Maybe
cottage
I'm about to
cheese.
vomit.
Was that-
Cottage cheese.
I'm about to lose it.
And
That's
it had
too
like
much.
the same texture
Maybe
of
gotta
like.
stop.
Gotta stop.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
That Egyptian food that your mom makes?
No, you were overseas in Asia and you got like
That's
deep
Okay,
fried gizzards.
so
or
I was in
something.
Japan and I was starving. Okay, and I was there for almost 3 weeks, and they have these restaurants there called Joyful. So the only thing I was eating was white rice, and that's not enough really to sustain yourself on. So there was this restaurant around a couple blocks around the community, and it's called Joyful. And you could see it in Joyful, but then it was in Japanese and the characters as well. So went into the restaurant. I was starving, looked at the menu, and I was like, oh, there's chicken nuggets. I was like, oh, yes, chicken nuggets. This is going to be amazing. I am dying. And so obviously a major translation issue. So I just point in the menu
picture
to the waitress. I was like, I want this. And so she brings it out, and it's steaming hot, the whole deal. It's got the breading all over it, and I'm just dying of starvation because all I've had is white rice. And I get the first one, and I don't care about the ketchup at this point. I just need something in me. and I put it in my mouth, and it's chewier than gum because it's not chicken nuggets. It's fried
Gizzards. Or
No, it
something
wasn't
like that.
gizzards. It's tendons. It's chicken tendons. So
Ooh.
if you can imagine, they take all the tendons, they cut the tendons off of the muscles, and they make fried tendons. And it was this grossest thing in the world. You couldn't get your teeth to actually mash through the tendon. I mean, it's like pushing down on silicone that just bounces back. Manny, you know about this.
Oh yeah.
It was so gross. It was such a disappointment. That was rough.
But did you eat it all? That's the question. Like,
No,
did you eat
no,
food
I
that
didn't.
bad?
Didn't eat it. Left a tip still. Didn't eat it.
Oh, what about you guys? Suburban Beard says ostrich and shark are my faves. Is that sarcasm or are
No,
you
I
being real
had
right
tried both of those. Like shark steak to me is like the most delicious thing in the world. And then I had tried ostrich and it was amazing also.
I had ostrich in South Africa, and that was incredible. But
It
they
was,
didn't tell me it was ostrich, and I was starving at that point too because I wouldn't eat anything. And then they told me, "Oh, here's some hamburgers," and I scarfed 2 or 3 down, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, that's ostrich."
Yeah, you don't even notice. It just tastes good.
Now I might actually get some hate for this, which is okay, but I've had ostrich. Actually, I had emu, which is like the second largest bird. Which
Yeah.
is a foot smaller. I actually had 2 emus as a pet. My mom's in the chat; she'll verify that. But kangaroo. I've had kangaroo.
Wow.
Was it good?
I don't remember because the time I had kangaroo, that we also had chicken and we had emu and we had a whole bunch of different things. It was like a Father's Day event they were having, and they grilled as much meat, from all over the world. And from what I remember, the kangaroo was kind of tough, but it all tasted like chicken, man. All of it tastes like chicken. Just like a Popeye's chicken sandwich. If y'all ever have a Popeye's sandwich, don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. It tastes like chicken. I haven't had it. I just know this. I know this.
See, I always think about that line from The Matrix. What if everything tastes like chicken, but what chicken isn't even supposed to taste like that? They're just so pumped with hormones and chemicals. Like everything just has the same flavor.
A couple people in the chat said that they've had tongue.
I
Cow
don't
tongue.
think I've had tongue.
I had cow tongue.
Yeah, I've had cow tongue too. I've had shark too, and I've had ketchup. I've eaten shark with ketchup because we've cut it in steaks, right? And then we deep fry it. Well, first you got to put the batter on it. You deep fry it, and then it's a white meat puff, and then we were eating it with ketchup.
Huh.
Yeah, I've had the weirdest dish I've had is alligator.
That's
Like
good.
gator bites.
I've
Yeah,
had that.
Yeah, I've tried gator bites. I don't remember what it tastes like. Probably tastes like chicken.
Gator, it tastes kind of like chicken. It's a little more like a lobster texture from
Yeah,
what I
chewy.
eat all the time.
Yeah.
But it's good too. Man, why did I bring this up? I do this to myself, man. I do this to myself. That's it. I quit being vegan.
How long have you guys been doing the vegan thing?
We lost count. We were actually asking each other the other day, hey,
I asked him yesterday. Yeah, I was driving to Target and I asked him, I was like, hey, so when do we start this? Because I was starving. And I'm passing by, Peruvian places. I passed by Popeyes. I passed by all of these restaurants. And there's nothing on their menu that I could possibly eat. So, I mean, I'm trying to see if, because we had initially said, all right, we're going to do it for 90 days and try it out. And I'm like, yeah, since he didn't remember, it's like, I think we started back in February. I think, I think those 30 days are up.
Yeah, I completely forgot, and I know I have the video of it, so I gotta just go back to the video and see when it was. But it's been close to 90 days. It's been close, maybe somewhere around 70.
What do you find yourself craving the most?
Meat.
Yeah, that's actually,
Have the meat.
Where's the beef?
I honestly haven't craved anything. But the first couple weeks, it was like I want to eat everything. Like I want to eat eggs, I want to eat cheese, I want to eat, just everything. And then there's fast food joints everywhere, which was my biggest downfall, right? So, because in reality, Oscar started it with me, but it was like for me, like to help motivate me. So that's why he was doing it. But then he tried to jump out the first couple of days. He was like, it was like the second day. He's like, bro, I feel really, really bad, man. I'm telling you, I don't feel right, bro. I don't feel right. I'm like, dude, give it another day. And then the next day, he was like, man, I've never felt better in my life.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I didn't feel good like at the second day, but then after that, I felt great. You know, like I would eat and I wouldn't be sluggish or energized. I mean, I'll be fully energized. But I have to say that the one thing that I miss the most has got to be cheese. Cheese.
I couldn't live without cheese, bro. It's not worth it.
So I go out and I buy all these different types of vegan cheese. They're like made of almonds. They have mozzarella and you know, cheddar. But I'm just lying to myself because it's not real cheese.
I don't think I've ever tried vegan cheese. I did try to go vegan
Baby,
years
it's
ago
not
for
cheese.
3 weeks.
It's almonds. It's just almonds.
Vegan cheese.
He's like, I'm gonna get some vegan cheese. He comes back with a bag of almonds. Whatever you gotta do to lie to yourself. Like, I swear it's cheese.
So I tried to do it for 21 days, and this was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And after week 2, I caved in. I was craving cheese. I was craving dairy. So cheese and dairy were the two biggest things, like ice cream and cheese. And so that vegan diet came to a halt real quick.
Yeah, but you would never do anything with a diet though. She's hungry all the time. So like every 30 minutes she literally is eating something.
No, I like to eat every 2 to 3 hours.
The seafood diet. If I see food, I eat it.
Pretty much.
Babe, you got a pile of food right
in
there.
Moderation. Everything in moderation. I don't
So
overeat.
she doesn't overeat. What she'll do is she'll pile up a huge plate and she'll be like, I'm starving, and she'll go. And then she'll go, all right, you finish the rest.
My eyes are bigger than my appetite.
Like, baby,
sometimes.
you have put 25 pounds on me. This is not okay. This is not okay. I don't want food to go to waste.
I got another one. Let's transition a little bit, right? What kind of movie are you guys are any one of you guys like, are you movie buffs? You know, like, do you love movies? Do you prefer TV, or are you the type that's just rather read a book or do nothing, or do you draw? Like, what is your form of entertainment when it comes to, like, you know, movies and stuff?
Or almost downtime.
Neither of us know how to read.
What's downtime?
Actually,
I'd like
our
to know what
YouTube
downtime
channel
is.
has grown that it consumes our free time.
We have no free time anymore.
So if we're not in an auction, we're not unboxing and filming, we're at home responding to the thousands of requests we get. We get a ton of private messages on Facebook. We get a ton of private messages on Instagram. We get a 1,000 comments on our videos. Like, so trying to respond to all of those. And
so she takes care of all communication, and I'm editing the next video.
Yeah.
And so she goes.
It consumes a lot of our time.
So you usually, like last night, I went to bed probably 1, 2 a.m. after working on stuff, and then got up at 6:15 this morning, go to the next auction. And so thankfully tonight I won't be up till 2 or 3 editing a video, because tomorrow we have our live stream. And so I actually get to go to bed whenever I get to go to bed tonight, and I don't have to finish a video. But she'll be communicating with everybody, and we know everything is out of balance. So we know, you know, if you're on a teeter-totter, you know, we just went and everything is out of balance. But when we set goals for the YouTube channel, we also said we're going to get absolutely everything to this channel to see what it can do for 1 year, and then reevaluate. And so in October, at the end of October, that'll be a year. And then we'll have to evaluate, okay, where do we have to go with this? Where we already know we probably need to hire a video editor. And frankly, we probably, you know, we're going to have to make other changes to where communication, you know, one of the beautiful things about YouTube is communication with a group of people. And that's that's the power of YouTube. Absolutely. And yet, at the same time, all of our communication with YouTubers, it's pulled away from all of our communication with everything and everybody else in our lives. And so we have to figure that out. And in October, we're going to have to really evaluate that and figure that out and see what we want to do with that. But we don't, it's not an exaggeration. We truly don't have free time right now. And that's by choice.
Yeah. because our goal is to just focus on the channel and see how quickly we can get it to grow. And so
Right.
far it's heading in that direction. But once in a while, like when we're working, we'll have YouTube on and then we watch like our other storage unit friends and their videos and it's playing in the background. So we're watching and working at the same time, because I get a lot of email requests of our subscribers that want to buy things directly from us that are in the unboxing videos. So I do a lot of sales that way too, which is nice because I don't have to go through jumping hoops of listing it on eBay. Plus it saves me the 10% that I have to pay on eBay.
Now, I love movies, and before meeting her, I would watch 2-3 movies, all night before I'd go to bed and things like that. But that wasn't her type of thing. So, and we've got movies. We got more movies than we know what to do with from storage
We've got
units.
DVDs for dates.
So now we really don't watch any movies anymore. If there's one I want to see really bad, I'll go and grab it. Like I have some in the camper to go, we're watching these whether you want to or not when we go out in the camper again, if we ever go out in the camper again. They're in the camper staged and ready to watch.
But hold on. Since I've been privy to going to your store and seeing your warehouse, there's about 3,000 VHS tapes,
So it's
about 5,000 DVDs and Blu-rays, and now you got laser discs, and every movie you could want to watch legally is at their warehouse.
not in alphabetic order.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I love
This one goes with
camping.
A. This one goes
My big thing, being outside, being outdoors, and going out in the camper. And we've only done that. Even when we
A
did that
handful of times.
two times this year so far, we've gone in the camper.
Mhm.
We tried a third time. Even when we did that was work because we were videoing for YouTube. And so there hasn't been a time where we actually said, all right, we're not doing anything. This is for our downtime or recreational leisure time. It'll be after we reevaluate after that year in October.
Yeah,
and
October will put us at a year.
and we'll go, okay, now what are we going to do? We gave everything for a year. What are we going to do with this? Are we going to do this? Are we going to change it up? What are we going to do? And we got to figure that out.
Yeah, but prior to the YouTube life, I love comedy. So like Kevin Hart is a good one. Will Ferrell is a favorite of mine.
She loves watching
I love-
sunsets.
Yeah,
When we first met, every night we would go to
would
Lake
be on the
Erie,
lake
and
watching
we'd
the
go watch a
sunset.
sunset. And since the YouTubes, if we saw one in the rearview mirror driving home while we were editing and driving, then we were lucky.
Yeah,
Like one time I was like, look, babe, there's a sunset. Remember when we used to go watch those? She's like,
I try to catch them all the time because we're out in the country.
yeah.
I have like a big wide open field in my backyard, so I can watch them all the time. I get some really sweet photos of it too sometimes.
That's awesome.
I
My
hate
favorite
nature.
color sky is purple.
my mom in her backyard. She gets really nice sunsets. With the mountains and everything, it just looks really cool.
Nice.
She
Where
lives,
did
in,
you live?
she lives in Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains.
Nice.
So that brings up another thing. So for the people in the chat, I think we have 30 something of you guys watching. If you don't know, these, as you heard, they're struggling YouTubers trying to make it on YouTube. Please, if you haven't already,
by Sue says YouTube's not worth it. George, is YouTube worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah. She sells by Sue. It's more than worth it.
Yeah. In the long run, the amount of hard work that we're putting into the YouTube channel now, in the long run, it'll be well worth it.
no, that's awesome, and that's admirable and respectable. I mean, it's obvious how much you guys put the effort and the work into doing what you do with YouTube, let alone the other things that you guys do, and then managing everything else in life. It can't be easy. And the growth you guys had. I mean, I can't imagine what that's like to go from nothing to 130. How many subscribers now you got?
131.
They have 131 subscribers. Let's try to get them to 1,000 folks. Subscribe to What the Hales.
We're at 131,000 subscribers, and then hopefully in 2 days we'll hit 132.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, it was just the other day you guys hit 100K, and this is awesome. I love to see it. And another one, because I met y'all. I got introduced to you guys because of Wade's Ventures, right? I got introduced to you guys because I'm cool with Wade, and I saw he had that meeting thing y'all do, the AA meeting, right? And I went in there that one time, and Jason from Thrift Trader and stuff, and then I got introduced to Mike and Alex and Locker Nuts and Jeebus and all you guys, right? And so, and so there's another one, Mike. Today's Mike's birthday, right? Today's Mike's birthday, right?
Yep, sure
Yeah.
is.
So,
And Mike just hit 50,000
50,000
subs. So
subs.
how
Wow.
awesome is that as a birthday gift?
that's awesome, man. I mean, I couldn't feel better about it because I truly have so much love for those two guys right there, man. And they're just awesome people, and I bond with them really cool. So happy birthday, Mike. If you see this, man, I love you, man. And congratulations on your 50K, and you too, Alex. Alex is like my twin. See, Oscar used to watch Alex, and he was like, man, do you know this guy named Storage Stalker? I'm like, no, who? He's like, bro, I swear, he's just like you, but the California. Let me check it out. And yeah, man, me and Alex are a lot alike. He's really cool.
Yeah, legit a brother from another mother. You guys have similar personalities.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance to meet him in person, hilarious.
So funny.
Oh my god, that would be so amazing.
It would. I think the world something would happen to it, like it'll shift or something. Me and him want to be in the same place.
People meet me in person, they're like, "You're boring." I'm like, yeah, I am.
No.
And then people meet Alex, they're like, "You're hilarious."
That's why you're good at the guitar, man. When people say you're boring, you just pull the guitar out and you just start hitting it.
All right, I'll sit
now.
here in the corner and play.
Yeah, I stumbled on you guys. It popped up in a suggested video. It was Jeremy went to an auction in Holmes County, somewhere in Holmes County, and I was like, what? Like it just caught me. I'm like, Holmes County. I'm like, it's got to be Ohio. And then as he's driving, like showing the video of him driving, I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly where he is. It was just funny.
The Amish auction?
Yeah, it was an Amish auction. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Amish auction.
Yeah, and then like they kicked you out of there or something for filming.
Well, they didn't. The auctioneer Ray Raber, he finally came down after he swapped auctioneers. So like the little guy that's in that video, there's two auctioneers in that video. So the little guy asked me, "Hey, can I get your picture?" And he's like, "Yeah." When I get up there on the podium, he's like, "Just get up there and get a picture of me." So the main auctioneer swapped with him. The little guy went up, so I went up to get a picture of him, and the main auctioneer stood in front of me. Is like, "We do not approve of this at all." I'm like, "Well, okay. I didn't mean to offend you. The guy told me to, that's how he wanted me to get a picture of him." So at that point, I was like, "Well, I don't want to make it any more awkward for anybody, so I'll just head on out." So that's what I ended up doing. I went on. I lived in Holmes County. This is the largest Amish population in the world. I lived in it for 8 years, so I know a lot of the customs and the traditions and the whole deal, and a lot of the people. And so I was just like, I'll just step away. So one was cool with me getting this picture up in the stand, and then the other didn't want me
not
to.
So much.
The main auctioneer didn't want me to get the picture of the little guy. I think the little guy was better. I think it was jealousy is what it was.
He had more character.
He had more character and personality.
Yeah,
that dude was awesome.
Yeah. My grandparents used to haul all the Amish down there in Holmes County.
Yoder toters. That's what we call them. Yoder toters.
We had a big 15-passenger van that they'd go out. We'd run. My grandma and grandpa both would run.
Would be drivers.
Yep. They'd always go to the big Amish weddings and everything.
Yep.
Then my grandpa would take a few every now and then, go to like Pennsylvania for some weddings and stuff. And I mean, they paid good money for that, but he was gone all weekend.
Yeah, you're gone all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pay. They used to. I don't know what it still is. I'm sure it's the same, but they would pay you mileage and by the hour.
Yeah, I think for those trips like that, like those long ones like PA, I think it was by the hour and mileage.
Yep.
But I think everything else was just, 50, 60 cents a mile or whatever it was.
I still can't drive.
He needs a Yoder toter.
It's all right. I have Suburban Beard. He can pick me up when I want.
Yeah, he's your personal Uber, isn't he?
He's flipping it. He's got the Amish driving him.
I hate the buggies though. I always fall apart.
Michelle with one L lives in our town.
Really? You live in Ohio?
Just surprised you guys live in my town. How awesome. In Worcester, Michelle?
Maybe don't tell them where we live.
Our address is
Well,
1379.
You two are in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Oscar.
And
Yeah.
Jordan, you're like 20 minutes away from Worcester.
I'm about 16 minutes from your doorstep.
16.
He's been there.
Your answer was awkward.
He was actually at the storage unit hiding.
Who do you live with?
Where do you live?
And then Suburban Beard and I used to live in the same. I used to own a house in his city. So now I live closer to downtown Cleveland, in Independence, which is like the heart of the county.
Yeah. I hate Rockside Road.
Yeah, it gets very congested in that area.
Michelle L is.
I've only met one other Ohioan in my life.
Oh,
You what?
I've only met one other Ohioan in my life before meeting Jordan and then meeting everybody else. It was my manager.
No?
It was this little short dude. His name was Bill, and he was a little itty bitty guy, but with a big old. He was like was Foghorn Leghorn. He had that big old attitude, but just really small guy, and but awesome dude, man. And Ohio, and he had the Ohio accent, and he had the I don't know, he was different, because I've never met anybody from Ohio, and everyone in the country, where depending where you're at, you have a different way of talking and your mannerisms and all that stuff, and yeah, I've only met one other Ohio in my whole life.
Yeah, we Ohioans, we're pretty nice people.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Now, how did all of you two, or all of you,
you two.
not you two,
We can't
but
read or count. We're just going to be transparent
how did
tonight. It's
all
all going to
five
come
of
out.
you meet?
Well, I don't know. Does anybody else want to answer? I got answers.
Well, you and Oscar already knew each other.
Yeah.
YouTubes.
And
then
I watched what was it? Was it Shane's live?
Rise and Grind Picker.
Yeah, I think it was Rise and Grind Picker show or something. I saw they had Alex on, and I liked his style and everything. And I messaged him on Instagram, and we talked every day because I just got into reselling, and I'm like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So it was nice to have somebody else to talk to. So we started talking, and then we started doing a show, and then Josh got in on the chat in our show, and we just linked, kind of all fell together.
So it's like, oh, someone else from Ohio that showed up on YouTube.
Yeah. Somebody else from Ohio, and then that's how it started.
Yeah, and Oscar, me and him, we go back about 5 years now. Going on 5 years. Going on 5 years. He's been my best friend since the day I met him. He actually saved my life, and whatever. And then just a few months ago, I would say 6 months ago, he he heard about what I was doing. Or no, it's been more. It's been almost a year now. Where I was reselling.
I remember when
that.
Going over to his house, showing him Amazon, helping him with Amazon.
Yeah, and next thing you know, he's sending out his first shipment to Amazon, and then he reopened up his eBay, and now he's doing amazing, and he's just he's supposed to be our very special guest every week, no matter who is on our show, and that's who he is. He's our very special guest. He's the guy that floats around on a unicorn and
Lithuanian Lister.
Yeah, the Lithuanian Lister, the Thrifting Thruster, the Trinidadian trash trader, the what else can I say?
All of the names.
Yeah, he has a lot of them.
People are saying they would only do an Ohio meetup if Manny's there.
I guess I'll have to drag Suburban Beard along, but I'll be there. Thanks, Manny. I appreciate that.
Oh, I forgot to get his autograph when we saw you last.
No, they emailed me because I put my email in the chat, and she emailed me, and so I'm taking care of it for her.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Is her first name Debbie?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you're gonna have to film Manny giving some autographs.
We'll make it happen.
That would be awesome.
Eric, only Ohioans allowed.
Didn't you see him clean out the garage? That was pretty impressive.
Babe, I was right there with you. Remember? Who'd you
No,
think was
his
next to you?
garage.
Who do you think was next to you, Manny? Or are you running off with the moose again?
Listen, George and I have something going on. Don't worry about it.
Running off
I
with
know where she lives.
Apparently DG Picker does too.
15 minutes, he says.
That's my place. You knock on the door, you ain't gonna be very happy.
Jordan, how's your baby doing?
She is growing like a weed.
Yeah? Did her congestion clear up?
Yeah, she's good now. I think it was just allergies because they said like a couple weeks ago ragweed was really bad, and like all of us were super stuffy, and we're surrounded by cornfields, so I think that was the huge issue there. But she's good now.
Good.
She just had her 1 month checkup or whatever the heck, a month late, but she's 2 months now. But she went and got all her shots and everything. She said she weighs 10 pounds on the dot. So she is growing like crazy. Oscar saw her tonight.
Kids are sick because they don't know how to communicate.
Right. Oh my God, it's terrible. Like that was probably the worst feeling for me. Like my stomach was like turned inside out. It was horrible. My wife wakes me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. She's like, "You got to take her to the ER," and I'm like, "By myself? Like what? It's scary. Like I don't like going to the ER, yet alone having to take my baby there. Like that was not fun.
Well, I'm glad she's better.
Yeah, me too.
David wants to know if her name is Penny.
I know.
Is her middle name Penny?
No. No, her name is Emrin Lane.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, it's all spelled all goofy, but yeah.
Dollar General has a baby named Penny.
She's funny.
How did you guys decide to put a show together every week?
Well, so yeah, like how Jordan was saying, you know, I was on the show with Shane and everybody, and Wade was there and Jason was there, and you know, I guess he saw the show, and then so he reached out to me, and then we literally just automatically connected because we were going through the same exact things as new resellers, and we would talk about what we were going through. And it was on my mind. I was like, man, you know, it'd be cool if we should just start a live show. But then he tells me, he goes, "Hey, why don't we do a live show?" And I'm like that's what tonight. I was thinking.
Let's go live tonight.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, well, let's see who does a live show when and all that. And we're like, Saturday, nobody does a live show, you know, and that way, you know, we're not like stepping on people's toes, and then everybody can do live shows, and we're all in this big circle, and you know, just keep it like that. And Saturday worked out, and we had no plans of what to do and how to do it. We were just like, let's hit live and let's talk. And Scott, the bearded picker, had to help us to set it up because I didn't even know how to do it. And then next thing you know, like everybody in the reselling community is supporting us and showing us love, and in the chat and showing up in the panel just randomly, you know, like you name them, they were there pretty much, you know, and that's just what we did, you know, and we were just have fun. It was like, yeah, we talked about reselling, but in reality, we were just doing what we're doing now, which is just like, let's talk about each other and what you're going through and whatever, you know, and just have a good time. Because what I feel the importance of the show is that we work so hard. We grind so hard. A lot of times we build up a lot of stress, and you know, you keep doing that, and you don't sleep, and you don't see family, and you know, there's a lot of things you sacrifice, and you know, we need to take a moment, even if it's an hour or 10 minutes or 20 minutes, to sit back, forget about everything, and let's laugh, you know, and let's have a good time, even if it's 10 minutes, because that's gonna just take that pressure off, and you're gonna be able to focus so much better, you know. And that's what it's been, and it's like it's just been awesome ever since, you know.
But it's also like going from meeting people on YouTube and talking, it's, we have a group chat that the 5 of us are in that, we chat all day. And every now and then, like if someone's in the middle of something or like, Alex is editing a video, I'm doing something with the family, and we go back, I'm like, 192 unread messages. All right, guys, I'll catch up in an hour. But it also developed more into like true friendship. Like I'd let any of these people come over to my house and hang out, trust them with my kids, and you know what I mean? Like it's developed in, like you guys were talking, like the people you meet and the friendships you develop.
Mm-hmm.
If like
family.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the thing with us, it's like we've built that bond, that friendship, that trust, that love amongst each other, that we help each other out, like everybody could be having a great day, but one of us is having a bad day, and we look out for that person, and we try to help them out and listen to them and help them, and just in every aspect of life, it's been amazing to be able to be a part of this, and just to know these guys and everybody that comes and supports in the show, that comes to the chat and just everything. It's just been awesome, like my life has totally turned around. Just the direction where it's heading. Like I have more, me personally, I can see where I'm going in life. It's not just an everyday, like, okay, I'm listing stuff or okay, I go to work from this time to that time. It's like now I have a purpose in life, and my purpose isn't for me, it's for these people, like what can I do for them? You know what I'm saying? And what can I do for whoever is willing to take some help, and however I can help them,
Yeah, we get the same thing where we love helping people, whether it's reselling or building a YouTube channel, because it's rewarding to us. Because if we see others grow, then we grow.
Right.
So we get satisfaction out of helping people as well too.
Even your restorage the love, I mean that's huge for people.
Yeah,
huge.
That's the movement we're trying to.
That's the
spread.
direction we ultimately want to go. I mean, so as we talk about reevaluating in October, that is the key direction that we want to go. We don't want to handle any more merchandise. We don't want to flip and resell. We want to restorage the love to people. And so we've got to figure out how we can do that long term.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
just
awesome.
The stuff in your warehouse would pay for pretty much all of it.
Yeah, you're right. It would. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
That place is overwhelming.
Remember when I walked in and I was like, "Hey, are you overwhelmed yet?" You're like, "No, not at all."
No.
I was like, "He's lying."
I put on the horse shades and I'm like, "Okay, focus. We're doing this. We're looking at this." I'm like, "Cool. We're focused on 100 square feet right here. This is perfect."
Just like.
And that's when Manny said he's totally freaking out.
Yeah, Manny didn't even work. He just stood outside and enjoyed himself.
He guarded the vehicles.
He was calling in the local traffic.
Yeah,
traffic control, right?
Yeah.
So that van
pointing directions, pointing where things should go, and
that van that pulled in, they had a dog, and he was barking at Manny.
I don't get along well with animals.
Oh my gosh.
No,
So yeah, like our AA panel, like we have a weekly AA panel with other auction buyers. Same thing. We've all met each other through just YouTube and networking with each other.
Yeah, when we went live, the crazy thing is number one, we never thought we were going to meet anybody through YouTube. So we set goals in October, and then in December we said we're going to do a live stream. She watched this makeup channel. She's like, "Oh, they go live stream and people ask questions." I was like, "Well, we need to do that." And I was like, "We're just going to do it Sunday night, 9 p.m. because everybody's home at that time." I was like, "That's when I always have my eBay listings in because everybody's home and on the computer. So we're going to go 9 o'clock at night on Sunday." We didn't know anybody else went live. We didn't think about that. And our clarity was not there. It was a mess. It was a train wreck.
Yeah.
She was scared to death.
We ran into so many technical issues, but I think we've got it down right now.
Nobody watched, so it was her really going, "Jeremy, answer this question for a half hour." And then here's another question, and it was literally me rambling, so there was no dead air, and there was nobody watching anyway. But it kept going forward.
He would answer all the hard questions, and I would answer all the easy questions, like, "What's your favorite food?"
There weren't any questions. There was nobody watching.
No, there was always at least a couple hundred when we first started going live, and now it's like over 1,400 people that are on our live.
I don't know that there was anybody on there in the beginning, but
That chat gets crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I just give up. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll just watch.
The chat's the best part, though.
It
Like,
is.
I'll go back and rewatch it just so that I can reread what people are saying in the chat.
not once.
Our
She'll do that
subscribers are
twice.
hilarious.
She'll do that 3 times. She goes back through it all.
I'll have to pause the video just so that I can catch up with the chat.
Right.
I play again so I can continue reading.
Yeah, when I'm in there, I'm like, I get overwhelmed too myself. I'm like, I try to catch the people that I already know to say what's up real quick. And,
Yeah.
and lately, I've the past week or so, whenever I'm in a chat, I just come in and say, what's up to everybody that's going to say what's up to me. And then I leave.
Yeah.
Like I stopped looking at the chat.
We do set it up to where we put it in slow mode, but even then the chat just still
It
flies
flies,
because
yeah.
of the volume
Right.
of messages that people leave. But
Yeah.
we have fun with it.
It's literally the live stream is the funnest thing that we do, and it's also the easiest.
Right.
But to just go live all the time is not the way to build a YouTube channel. No matter
I love the editing. It's fun for me.
what channel. So we love going live, and we have to limit that to ourselves. But we love that interaction with the subscribers. And that's what makes it so much fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, just that I just see you guys, how you guys interact with them, and the interaction that you have with them, and then their interaction, and then everybody interacts with each other, and then it's just awesome. It's fun. You can't.
We love seeing our subscribers networking with each other in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a ton of fun. And then we have viewers that have, that we joke and we go, if we're never going to do this channel anymore, we're going to will the channel over to this viewer or this viewer and this viewer. And yeah, so because they've become like family and they understand what we're about. I mean, I don't think anybody that has watched us, well, if you don't have a sense of humor, you're probably not watching us. You hate on our videos, we block and delete you, and then you probably still come back just to hate on us more, and you just don't know you're blocked and deleted. But 95% of what we do is all based around humor. There's serious moments, like somebody stole from us, or we caught somebody stealing, or the restores the love moments. I mean, obviously, there's no joking there. There's so much crying.
Yeah.
When I edit those videos, I cry all day, and you have this massive headache because you're going through all this footage, and it's so emotionally invested, and you're editing all that. So there's no humor there, obviously, but the rest of the stuff we did, we wanted it as a creative outlet, and her sense of humor is much, much larger than mine. Much larger off camera. You don't get a sense of it. So she tries to hide it on camera, but off camera, if you were to talk to her close friends, I mean, they would all tell you she'd be the first one to embarrass you. She'd be the first one to. It goes on and on and on.
I try to maintain like a level of professionalism,
but
on the
she
channel.
does not have it off screen. So people, when they watch us, are like, "Oh, Jeremy's the oddball all over the place." They have no concept of reality, none. I'm the tight-laced one. She calls me the grandpa.
But he acts like a grandpa sometimes.
And she'll embarrass anybody and everybody, no matter what, and she doesn't care. And she's got a sense of humor that I think crosses the line way too many times. But that's because I'm an old grandpa. So
the stealing. Never mind. Mary Deathy Deals brought it up. The counterfeit lady on the bike with the TV.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
She's in jail. Yeah.
Did you guys know about that?
When he went to go file a report with Worcester Police, the police officer that took his report knew exactly who he was talking about and told him that she has a history of doing this. he knew exactly where she lived. He was going to go to her house and try and retrieve the TV back, but clearly she sold it to. What would you call their store? Like a pawn? Not a pawn
Is it
store.
They're not a
They're like a reseller.
They started as storage unit buyers as well, and they were resellers, and then they got a storefront, and they don't buy storage units anymore, because what happens is the community comes in and goes, what will you give me for
the
this?
merchandise comes
And
to
then
them now.
the merchandise all comes to them, and they flip it on eBay and Amazon. So they're not a pawns.
So like Craigslist Hunter.
Yeah, really
pretty
a lot
much.
like that.
Do you want to tell them how much they paid her for the TV?
So they paid her $35 for the TV,
and we're gonna flip it for
and you'll
75.
Yeah, they'll
100.
flip it. So, and they contacted me and said, "Hey, we have your TV," because I blasted her all over Facebook in the market, in the local groups, and Worcester Police never followed up with me. What happened is they got on Mobile Patrol, the Mobile Patrol apps, all the people in the groups, and they went, "Look, here she is." They sent me the picture. She got busted and arrested. So Worcester Police never told me. People local in Worcester told me. And they sent me the mugshot, which we would have liked to have had beforehand for the actual
We got it
thumbnail,
after.
but we
Yeah.
got it after. We didn't
Yeah.
know yet that they arrested her yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's great. She paid with movie money, like
Yeah.
the money they use in movies. Like it literally says movie,
Yeah.
but you can't
And
tell. Like if someone handed it to you, it
How
looks
much?
real.
How much money can you get for $20?
It was $3,000 for $20. I looked it up. I was chatting with you guys. I was like, look at this. I can be rich. You know how many TVs I can buy with this?
So we let our local community all know, because there's a lot of resellers, and they're all in Facebook Marketplace. So we let all the groups know, hey, this girl's doing
Hey,
this.
just a heads up. Yeah.
But she did get arrested. She's in jail now, and she'll go to trial, and
For $35.
for 35. You know what? Here's the crazy
The
thing, guys.
worst part is
Here's the non-joking Jeremy. Okay, if she would have came to the warehouse, and she would have just said, "Here's where I'm at in my life. Can you help?" She would have gotten so much more than $35 from me. She would have gotten anything she wanted, and it probably would have put cash in her hand. And because of the acts that she made, the deception, the theft, the whole deal, for $35, she's in jail. And who knows how long she's going to be there. But if she would have came at it the right way, she would have had so much more, and she wouldn't be in jail. And I think that's a life lesson for people that, it astounds me if she just would have
Asked.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's a great example of how fear is a lie, right? Because she more than likely was afraid to come at you the right way. So she felt like doing it her own way, which was the deception and all that stuff. Where if she would have had that courage to be like, hey, look, this is the situation, things would have worked out the opposite of what she originally thought, So the reason she took those actions is because the fear told her that if I do that, they're gonna, things aren't gonna work out my way. So I have to do it this way, So that's why you gotta be honest. Be honest, man. Don't be afraid to be honest. Tell people how it is. Tell them the truth. Speak from your heart. You'll be surprised at how people react to honesty.
Yeah, Mary Duthie wants to know if she was a user.
So we don't know if she was a user. Here's what we do know, because local communities sent us. We didn't look up her rap sheet, but we know she had domestic violence. And keep in mind, charges are very different than actual arrests and things along those lines. Okay, so you can be arrested for anything, and then you charge it. We do know she was charged with domestic violence. We do know that day that we put the video out, she had an eviction hearing, and obviously she didn't show up for it because she was already arrested. And we knew there were some other issues. Nobody said anything about drugs in the rap sheet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're unsure at this time. But the owner of the one store said that Worcester Police had contacted them to give them a heads up that there were some electronics stolen from Worcester, so that if they would have came to their store to try and sell it, it was a heads up.
7 Nintendo Switches from Walmart.
Wow.
So it was locked. Wow. So that's how they were able to keep quick inventory, because it was locked up. So it's nice to have that, to spread the chatter of and spread the awareness of things that are going on in the city. so that we can pack them.
Speaking of things going on in the city, you guys following that $1 store coming in, or not coming in?
Yeah,
but
they
you
went out of
following?
business, but they're going back into business.
Yeah,
He's doing the bulk carts.
yeah,
Yeah, you could pick up. Well, I'm sure you probably have before, but you can pick up a lot of stuff there. He does liquidation pallets.
yeah.
Which is not my thing. So a lot of people ask, have you done it? The answer is yes, I've done it. The profit margin there isn't as great as doing storage units. So if you were to ask me again, this is serious, Jeremy, not joking, Jeremy. This is financial, Jeremy. If you were to say, Jeremy, if you give me $10 and you invest it in a week, you'll get $50 back. Or Jeremy, if you give me $10 in a week, you'll get $100 back. Which investment would you take? You want the $100, right, over the 50?
Right.
So that's what I invest my money in, where I get the most return on my investment. And so those pallets and those gaylords of all of that stuff, that liquidation stuff or returns, it doesn't work that way for me because the profit margin isn't high enough where I want it to be, where storage units has a very much higher profit margin for me. But he focuses on that stuff with everything surplus, clothing warehouse surplus, and then the $1. And so he'll buy those pallets, and then he's got an eBay store as well. He's got thousands and thousands and thousands of items up on eBay. So he'll sell on eBay as well, but he has to deal with everything that's broken. You don't know. I prefer. I'll go there and buy. So I even did a video as far as.
Yeah, I've seen your video there one time.
Yeah. So I have like 100. They're boat rabbit ears. They're called earmuffs for a boat. You put it on an outboard engine, you run water through it, and you can work on your boat while it's out of the water, so it still cools the engine. I bought them all for $1. I sell them on eBay for $30 a pop. And so one sells, and I just click relist. So that $100 investment is going to make me $3,000, and I'm completely okay with that. But usually I'm going to do storage units.
Right.
Because of the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah,
it's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
A lot more work too. It is.
Oh, yeah.
It is fun, but it is very, very time consuming with work.
So it's all fun and games, but then you go through. You're like, we just won 4 units, and then you have to go back and open the trailer. You just like stand there and cry sometimes, or like.
Well, I do, and I'll be like, "Hey, you coming with me to the warehouse?" She's like, "No." Like this week, she's like, I'm just going to stay at home and answer emails. I'm like, all right, sounds great. See you
because
later.
I've been neglecting the emails. We get a ton of requests on Yahoo from our subscribers that want to buy.
There were 4 units in the trailer that she didn't want to unbox, and she would cry.
So I needed a me day. I needed an office
She
day.
needed a me week. And then yesterday, she's like, we're not leaving until this trailer is done. I'm like, yeah, we are. This would have been nice if you had this attitude earlier this week. She's like, I didn't have my coffee all week.
What is all this Baja Blast doing in the refrigerator?
Debra wants to know if you have to go to court for her.
Not to my knowledge at this point. Worcester Police haven't contacted me to actually go to court. He did tell me he will contact me if I need to appear in court for it.
Yeah, so far they haven't reached out yet for an update.
Steve Alcorn Flips. I do a lot of buying from salvage stores, which are just stores who buy pallets and sell individual items. I do really good there. I've never seen one.
I have 5 of them by me.
Yeah, that's the
There's
first
5
time
of
I've
them
ever
now.
even heard of anything like that was through Josh.
I do amazing there. Like I'll buy 12 for $1. Then they'll have fill a bag for $3, and I get 6 things for 1/16 of a cent.
Like, look, guys, I have an entire truck full of stuff. It cost me $3.
Pretty much. Well, the one guy, it was fill a bag for $5. You could bring your own bag. So I brought IKEA bags, of course. But what happens is he starts out. He has bins, kind of like Goodwill bins type of thing, and it's just the stuff's dumped in. And for every new truckload, everything in the store starts at $2. And then over time, it breaks down until he's ready to clear it out. Then he's like, okay, bring your own bag. Let's clear out the store. Store's wiped out, and then he unloads the next semi truck.
So that's exactly what $1 is doing now, DG.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when he was telling me about that store, and then I seen like pictures of what they're doing down there. I was like, okay, this is exactly the route they're gonna start going.
Because then there's the other store that they're called Price Drop. So like they start on Saturday, everything is $7, and they'll have Apple Watches if you can find them in the bins and stuff like that. And then every day it goes down a little bit until it's like 25 cents on Wednesday. Then they're closed, or no, wait, whatever. So Thursday they're closed Friday, and then they reopen again. And
Yeah, see, that's the same thing they're doing. They're closing Thursdays to restock. So like Wednesday, everything's 25 cents.
$1?
Yeah, $1. Yep.
Oh, which store are you referring to, Josh?
Southland Liquidations. It's over in Middleburg Heights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the other one, Price Drop, is in Elyria. Then there's one that's only open Thursday and Sunday in Westlake. And then there's another one in Medina that just opened recently. And then the wife told me about the fifth one. I can't remember where it is. It was like just far enough away where it's like there's 4 other ones I can go to. But yeah,
we don't.
You know.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that definitely down here. I mean, not that I'm aware of.
Well, we do have this. We have that one place, La Venta en La Vente.
Pantalones.
Está en La Vente. It's the sale on 20th Street.
So it's still full Fienten. I bought them all for $1. I sell them on eBay for $30 a pop.
Hold on, what was that?
What'd you do? This is why we don't have nice things.
What happened?
Can't take you nowhere.
I forgot. I don't know what happened. Anyway, yeah, we have this place called La Venta en La Vente.
Going for 15. I don't know what I just did here.
Was that? Did I hear something? Am I going crazy?
No, I did
I'm
too.
going crazy. Am I going insane?
In the membrane?
In the membrane. Well, anyway, there's a place, and it's it's a really long street, and on both sides, it's just a ton of stuff. Anything from suits to shoes, clothes, perfume, sunglasses, toys, and it's all like I want to say like stuff from China, and it's just a long road. So you can go and like start your whole private label product line from that one place in Miami. I used to buy linen suits there. All right,
It sounds like a flea market.
Yeah, it's kind of like a flea market, but it's literally stores that are open every single day. And and every store has the same exact stuff. So it's like 2 miles long, and every store on each side has the same exact stuff. So what you do is you go to one store and like, how much for that? $30. Okay. Go to the next store. Hey, the other person said $30. How much for that? 29, and then you keep going until you find somebody for $10. Like $10, you got it sold. But yeah, it's just fun to go there because it's Miami. I don't know. I love the vibe here. It's kind of it's tropical, but then it's street, and there's this like balance of danger and paradise. It's like danger.
Like dating an Egyptian. Sorry.
We do have one advantage.
3 times. It's fun. It's always been a fun time.
That was funny though. Come on, you gotta give me.
You're so hilarious.
It's Hales hilarious.
Hilarious.
Oh, I thought it was funny.
Thanks, Manny.
I'm always there for you.
Manny's always talking, man.
Manny.
I'm just glad he finally came out of the closet.
Jeremy helped me with the ladies when I went to visit.
I gave him my 3 easy steps.
How to make someone fall in love with you on by date 3.
By date 3.
I had Kimmy on day 1.
There's a joke there that
You'll be crossing the line. You know that line?
baby, I never crossed the line. You are the line.
You don't Baja Blast cross the line.
Habitual line stepper right here. Habitual line stepper right here.
Me?
Yes, you.
Couldn't be. Then
Here
who?
comes the line stepper, turn her up.
Let's hear the 3 steps. Deep fried deals.
So some may not know that George actually said she fell in love with me on date number 3.
On date number 3, I did.
So we always tell our viewers that they ask me how the Hales do you get a beautiful Egyptian woman to fall in love with you by date 3? And I was telling him, well, it's 3 easy steps, and I'm going to release a video that shares that with you, but you're just going to have to wait.
First, he was going to write a book, and now he's going to release a video.
you should do all 3. The book will be step 1. The audio book will be step 2, and then the video will be step 3.
There you go.
Good
Once you
idea.
hit 1 million subs, it'll be released.
That's when it'll be released.
Steve says
The
his line
trilogy.
keeps moving. His line keeps moving, so technically he can't step over that line, right?
That's true. I can't step over a line that keeps moving.
I'd make my own lines. That's why you draw it in the sand, so you can erase it.
She draws them with swords. Probably best to stay away from erasing.
Talking about lines, I don't know if y'all heard, but Popeyes has this new chicken sandwich. And people are making lines that go on for days,
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
insane. You guys should check it out.
There's the nearest. Where's the nearest Popeyes to us?
Probably Ashland.
Lodi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lodi.
Lodi is probably your closest.
There's a
Where
Popeyes
in
in
Lodi?
Lodi?
Yeah, it's a TA right off of 76.
Oh, it's in the gas station.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be even better.
In Lodi.
There's a Starbucks there too. I guess it's not really technically Lodi, but it's
I know where you're talking about.
like Chippewa Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ashland's probably quicker for us. Just jumping straight on 30 and 250 and
yeah,
boom.
that's true. Yeah,
See, the only one I know is all the way up in North Homestead.
Yeah. That one's relatively new. That's only been there for a couple years.
Yeah. There was a Donato's. Then the other Donato's became a Taco Bell, where they have Baja Blast.
I would say if I were to pick between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes, they're both delicious. I think we'd both vote for Chick-fil-A.
I've never had Popeyes.
It's very,
Popeyes always gives me
It's so
heartburn.
good.
It's incredible, but then you have that Popeyes regret afterwards. The heartburn it really burns.
we should have the chat vote. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. Let us know in the chat.
Well,
What's the one you...
Already
Hold
said-
on. I got to message the wife. There was a place we went to have chicken when we drove to Florida. It had a weird name. Jingle or something? Or
Bojangles.
Yes.
yeah, Bojangles. Yep.
It was the only thing open at 2 a.m, so I ate it.
Is Michelle with it 1L? Is your antique store Journey in Time or you?
What's the name of the antique store, Michelle?
Antiques.
It's probably not Frientiques. Oh, she might be with Frientiques.
Frientiques?
Or GW.
Which
What's
GW?
That'd be Goodwill.
Or it's
No,
antique.
Goodwill.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would go to Goodwill. The very first thing I would do in the morning before I met George was I would go to Goodwill. That was the beginning. I would be there as the doors open. There'd be 2 other resellers in there, and I would run around after them. They would run around after me, just to see who could get the coolest stuff. And then I haven't been there since, I don't know. I used to have a rule of thumb. If you were ever on the road and there was a thrift store, we had to stop. That was just no matter where you were going, no matter what time you had to be there, you had to stop at a thrift store. But life changed with George. And so now it's just if there's a storage unit auction, you have to go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of changed. Did she say whether it's
Goodwill for Antique.
okay?
Goodwill,
So
Frientiques.
Frientiques. I had an employee call Frientiques the other day to see if we could
Do consignment.
do a couple pieces of consignment because I have some very high end, some vintage stuff as far as it's furniture. So it's very expensive.
We were told
furniture,
no, right?
but they only take donations. So I've never actually been in Frientiques.
We've
but-
driven past it many, many times,
Yeah, I've never been in there though.
especially when they have the roads blocked for the market.
Yeah, the Saturday farmers market.
Farmers
we go by it
market.
all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know who runs Friendstique, but I know they've come into the warehouse to source, which there's so much junk in the warehouse. Merchandise. It's merchandise. I'm sorry.
Profit piles.
Profit pile.
Is that true, Manny? Okay. I
I
promise
was
you.
looking. I didn't think Manny wrote anything.
It's just with me, Manny. Look, Manny used to move, and I used to call him out, but no one believed me. And then finally, he came out with it. He just started moving and changing clothes, and now he talks. It's
Listen, I'll fully admit Manny's head randomly moved at one point. It freaked me out. Okay, that's when I just like, Manny, I'm gonna move you near the front of the garage door right now. So
I'm telling you, nobody believed me. But look,
Not too much longer. He's gonna be Buddy the Elf.
yes, actually, well, that's where because have you all seen his new body yet?
his new body.
I had to buy Manny. So Manny was purchased for the sole purpose of being in my Christmas display. But I also decided after meeting What the Hales at the storage auction that
Double.
wheeling Manny around is also one of the most complicated things because he literally falls apart from excitement. So here, I'll go. I have his body sitting over here. I have to figure out how to attach his head is the problem.
But wheeling him around at a storage unit auction is
It was
worth
hilarious.
it.
Oh my gosh. So many
Worth
people
it.
were taking pictures with him and they were loving it.
Yeah, that had to be that had to be something to see
You
there.
missed the fun.
Everyone's probably like, "What in the heck?"
Dang, Manny's been working out.
So this is gonna be Manny's new body.
He
So he
worked
can go around. I can weekend at Bernie's with him.
Yeah.
I've got to figure out how to attach the head because this would just creep people out.
As if the other one wouldn't.
Maybe put a mask on it.
No,
I
dude,
think-
I got it.
So he's open in the back.
Yes.
So my thought was to like remove the stuffing from the head and then figure out a way to attach his real head onto here.
No, I got a better one, man. You make a puppet out of his face where you can stick your arm in.
I can walk around.
Yeah, and you can literally like, hey,
Oh, how are you?
exactly, dude.
That's
That would
not
be awesome.
But I can shrink this part down and put his head on it. So we will see how that goes. Because then I can just weekend at Bernie with him all the time.
Yeah.
He sits in the car better. I don't have to take his legs off all the time. I can put like shoes on him.
I would love to see him get pulled over with Manny.
Yeah.
Sir, what's in your car?
No,
Do
it's
you
just
have
me.
any weapons, sir?
It's just body parts from
Hey,
my
officer. It's just Suburban Beard. He's my Uber driver.
He's my oobs.
But that would be the best part if I actually started doing his voice. I get arrested for being psychotic. Man was talking to mannequin as with a police officer.
That would be funny.
Yeah, does anyone in the chat have any questions?
Well, here, She Sells by Sue made her. She said, "What the hell's? Thanks for coming on. What I meant earlier wasn't don't go another year without sunsets. Nothing is worth that time." That's perfect.
Yeah. We went to there's a restaurant not too far from here in Smithville called The Barn. And there's
good.
a pond and there's a ton of ducks. So we went to go feed the ducks and then like catfish came out of nowhere, which was pretty cool. They were huge.
We took expired storage unit food to go feed the animals.
Yeah, basically crackers to feed them. And then we were able to catch the sunset.
And then I asked her, I was like, I wonder, I said, we should video this right now, but our subscribers would get so mad if they found out we were giving expired storage units to the animals.
To the animals.
And she's like, no, they wouldn't. And I was like, well, why is it okay for the animals, but not for me?
It wasn't expired.
You're right, it wasn't. It was moldy. It
wasn't.
It was beyond expired.
No.
Willow Else here. I'm a real person. I'm Manny. That's why I'm a guest on the show.
He's real.
Manny is real.
Manny is really real.
He thinks
So the problem with Manny is when I have conversations with him when I'm not on YouTube. That's,
I mean, Manny, honestly, I got a bone to pick with you, man. Stop calling me at 4 a.m. and then hanging up. That's just not cool, dude. Like, seriously. I mean, I love you, man. So I didn't mean that in a bad way. I just want you to know, just let me sleep, man. You know? I barely sleep. 4 in the morning is my sleep time. I love you.
Baby, I have a question.
Okay.
How did you fall in love with me by date 3? For all of these men that
We
want to
had
know.
What's it going?
What was date
we were
one?
playing a game on Wii, Just Dance, I think, and we
Wait,
had a
back
dance
up though.
off.
What was date 1? What was date 2? And then how date 3? You have to lead up to that.
Okay.
First it was Taco Bell.
Day 1, we met halfway because we live like an hour and 15 minutes away from each other. So we decided to meet at the halfway mark, which is in Medina. We met at BW3's. Nothing fancy, just casual.
And who
then,
knows exactly where we sat and how we sat and who doesn't.
So fast forward real quick. A year later, on our 1 year anniversary, we went back to that BW's in Medina, and he requested the booth that we sat in. And I was like, wait a minute, you remember which booth we sat in?
And I said, Hales, yes. And I went, this is where you sat, and this is where I sat. And she went, we did not. I was over here. And then finally, a half hour later, she's like, oh,
that's right.
You were right. I was like, excuse me? What? She's like, you were right.
Flippin' Farmer wants to know how much longer until Jordan falls asleep. That's what I
So do you guys know he's fallen asleep?
Interesting for Jordan.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Oh my
Twice
God.
now. 2 times.
Twice.
You see this right here?
The
The cowbell? Jordan would have fell asleep. I would have rang this right in his ear.
The Jordan alarm. The Jordan alarm.
That would have woken him up.
So we got chicken and cheese curds.
So we both ordered chicken and cheese, and we shared cheese curds. And then date 2 was
No, wait. Date 1 somehow I tricked you into date 2. Do you remember how that worked?
He wanted to. Before the end of date 1, he wanted to make sure that date 2 was in the books before the date ended.
So I tricked her by.
So it was like a business meeting.
I was like by playing a game and made sure I won, so that I was like, all right, well, if I win, then you have
You
to
owe me a
second date, and if I don't, then we go our separate ways. She's like, all right. I was like, sucker.
So then date 2 was at a local restaurant down the street from my job because I was working until 9 p.m. that evening, and the restaurant was open till 11, I think. So we met there.
So I drove up there.
Yeah, he met up there, and it was literally right down the street from my job, and he brought another game with him. So
now,
again,
be honest, during that date, you were like, no way.
On date 2, I was like, oh, he's too straight-laced for me. He's too much of a grandpa. I don't know if I want to.
She's like, no, this dude is too white, and she'll tell you. She'll straight up tell you. She's like, no, dude. And I knew it. I was like, I am blowing this completely. I was like, this is done. This is done. So I had to pull another trick out of the pocket. I'm like, all right, if I win at this, then. And
I get a third. Yeah.
It was made her so basically pool sharked her and then said, if I win at this, you have to come to my place and I get to cook a meal for you. But you ended up cooking, or she had to come to my place and cook a meal for me. And then and then if it didn't, then we go our separate ways. And she was dumb and she was like, yeah, that sounds great. So sharked her into it. But completely and totally, complete transparency. I knew it was bombing and completely bombing. And
he saved it. He saved the date. And then on date 3, on the Wii, we did a dance off to Just Dance.
No, wait. So on date 3, I have a huge bonfire fire pit in the backyard. I'm in the city, but you wouldn't know that I'm actually in the city. So I had a blanket out and I had a fire all made and everything. And I had the guitar out there. And then I said to her, I said, can I sing to you a love song? And so I started strumming. I was like, do you mind if I sing a love song? And I was like, this is my favorite love song. And she freaked. She completely freaked. And she was like, no, you put that guitar down right now. No, it's too early. I'm like, man, what is her problem?
I was like, whoa, pump the brakes a little bit. Pump the brakes a little bit. It's way too soon to be singing me love songs.
And then it was just a joke because I was going A, B, C, D. And I was like, this is a love song. The most important woman in my life taught it to me, my mom. E, F, G. So I sang her the ABCs. It was just a joke. And she like way overreacted. She was scared I was going to sing a real love song. I was just goofing around at the fire. So I was like, whoa, So I'm like, I don't know what's going on in her head. But then she falls in love with me that night. I didn't even sing a love song. So now you can get to the week.
So then Just Dance. Are you guys familiar with the video Just Dance?
Yeah.
So we did a dance off, and on the third song, it was, you guys know the song Louie Louie?
Yes.
Yep.
No way.
Yeah. So sing White Boy Moves. White Boy Moves, and he's singing at the top of his lungs, Louie Louie. And I look over and I was like, oh my God, I think I love him.
And then he sang the mail time song and you left. You got mail.
Which I had no idea that she was in love with me by that
I didn't
point.
confess that until like months later, almost a year later, I think.
Just
Probably
now.
2 years later, and we've only known each other like a year, and a few months. But I was like, "What? You told me not to sing you a love song. You flipped out on me." And she's like, "Yep, that was that moment. You were singing Louie Louie."
Oh, your mom wants him to sing, Alex.
Deep Fried Deal says White Boy Moves would be a good band name. Yeah,
awesome.
it would be.
Yeah, I agree. I saw that and I'm like, yes, that's a beautiful band name.
Then I actually started writing you real songs.
Mm-hmm.
I still have that one that I haven't finished.
Alma wants you guys to sing. Alma's my mom. That's my mom.
What does she want me to sing?
I don't know. She said sing. Okay, so I guess she wants you to sing something called Sing Sing.
Sing.
Sing, sing, sing.
Sing, sing, sing.
Just saying sing, sing, sing.
Sing.
Maybe she's chanting.
But you have to do it in a death metal voice.
Sing. I can do death metal.
Okay. How about I used to do this? How's that one song go? You know which one I'm talking about? I know you don't. All right, so I need somebody's name from the chat. Somebody give me a name.
Manny.
All right, Manny it is. Manny, I need 3 things about you that nobody else knows. Tell me 3 things nobody else knows about you, Manny.
I wear dresses. I eat popcorn. And I smell like chicken.
All right, I'm going to try and write a song about you, Manny. All right, let's see what I got. Give me just a little bit here. This is the Manny song. Why don't you sing along? This is the Manny song. Why don't you sing along? It goes Manny, man. You guys get where this is going, right? It goes Manny, 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 Manny. Wears dresses, likes popcorn, and smells like chicken.
That was awesome.
Yay.
Manny song. I can take one more name from the chat if somebody wants to give one.
Let's do Alma.
All right.
Yeah, since she asked.
Alma G.
Shout out to Alma,
Can we
Alex's
say,
mom.
I'm out of tune right now too. So can we say Mama G instead of Alma G?
Mama G is another.
Oh, that's
person's
right.
name.
There is a whole nother
There
Mama
is a
G.
Mama G, yeah.
Okay. Alma G. Here we go. Alma G. I need 3 things about you that nobody knows.
Let us know in the chat.
Not even your son.
Oh, that's impossible.
Uh-oh.
She can do
Line
it.
might be crossed.
Alex is adopted.
I already knew that.
You see anything about Alma G said what?
What? Tell us 3 things about you, Alma, that we don't know or we should know.
You see anything yet? All I got is what?
Not yet.
I think we're just gonna have to sing it, baby. Wait, use your ESPN and come up with 3 things about Alma G.
Okay.
You got it? Okay.
Alex is her favorite child.
All right. Or Chick-fil-A over Popeyes.
Chick-fil-A,
She
Popeyes.
loves emojis.
And then what else?
She loves emojis.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what I can come up with. This is the Alma G song. Why don't you sing along? This is the Alma G song. Why don't you sing along? It goes Alma G, 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 yeah, Alma G, Alma G, Alma G, Alma G, Alma G, Alma G, Alma G. Alex is her favorite son. She likes Chick-fil-A over Popeyes, and she loves emojis.
All right. That
Deep
that's
fried.
pretty great day.
You know Jeremy camps when he can pull a song out of nothing.
Yeah.
So I wrote that song for my son Jason. So all of my kids have a song that I wrote for them, just goofy songs when they're growing up. So it was Jason. So one day, and I've been in camp, so I've had to entertain hundreds and thousands of people all at once. We lost power at camp. So I had all the campers yelling out their names. And for 45 minutes, I had to play that song with campers screaming out their names and then trying to trip me up. So one of them screams out Methuselah, which is a biblical character name. So somebody in Bible times, they're like, Methuselah! So oldest guy has ever lived in the Bible. So here I am jamming out and going, Methuselah, 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 Methuselah. And the crowd erupted.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that's awesome. Thank you, Jeremy.
Written for Jason, actually.
Thank you for doing that, Jeremy. I know you made. See, look,
She said, "Aw, thank you guys so much," and then she said, "I love y'all." With
and then look at all the emojis. She loves every single one of those emojis, just like she loves what you just did.
I love emojis too.
You know, there we go. What's your favorite emoji?
Mine is the fist bump.
All right.
I don't know how to use emojis.
I taught you.
I'm an old grandpa.
Remember I taught you? You go to the smiley.
I forgot.
The next YouTube video, how to do emojis.
There you go. We could do a video. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
My favorite emoji is the upside down smiley face. Because for some reason, because it's upside down, it just seems more happy. You know, it's like,
Happy.
I'm so happy. I'm upside down. Like,
I'm rolling all over. What emojis do I send you? I send you.
I'll put in the chat.
You don't.
He
does. So he does the old school smiley faces, like the colon.
Colon and the.
I send you.
Yeah.
Memes.
That's a real man's emoji. That's what I do.
That's old school.
You know what? For those of you who want to see the girl that got arrested, that's her mugshot. There's her mugshot from being arrested in prison. So that's her right there that somebody sent us.
And you know what? She looks like she would have gotten arrested with you guys involved because she's happy.
She seems really happy to be arrested.
Or she's probably stoned in that picture.
Yeah, she's probably like, hey. I'm at the DMV again. All right, I got my license back. Jeez.
We're going for a ride.
I'm gonna get some Baja Blast after this.
Man, this Uber's really mean.
trying to figure out a meme that I've sent you.
Emoji, you mean?
Not an emoji, a meme, because I send you memes sometimes.
All right, so everybody in the chat, put your favorite emoji in the chat.
There's one right there. That's
You know what's up.
the only emoji that matters.
Did you see what Manny put?
What do you put?
The eggplant, the only emoji that matters.
Here's stuff. Here's stuff that she gets sent from me. I don't do emojis. I go above and beyond.
See, I'm a GIF man myself. GIF and memes.
Yeah,
That's what counts.
Gifts are a lot of fun.
These
I
are
sent you
these
all
are
those.
yeah.
We send so many of those in our group chat every day.
We do. It's hard to keep up.
All these are all poop gifts.
I love gifts. Like I've just recently discovered gifts. I think they've been around for a very long time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've recently just discovered them, and when I say that, I mean I've discovered the joy in using them, and it's like I want to use gifts on everything, you know.
I use them as most of my responses instead of typing.
Yeah.
Here's a meme I sent her
It's awesome.
on August 15th. So it says when she says when I don't know if you can read it.
Right there. When she say she done with you, and you ask her if she hungry, and she say no.
So I sent that to her on August 15th because she gets hangry so much.
Hangry is real.
Just so you're all aware, the GIF was actually created.
Living with 3 girls that are hangry is terrible.
That's gotta be rough.
Oh my lord.
The GIF was actually created in 1987.
Was it?
Was it really?
That's when it was first invented. It was basically taking a video into a different file format that could be sent over the internet using less bandwidth.
It's like a
Interesting.
human Google here.
Oh wow, I didn't know that's
Right. I sent this one to her on August 11th.
Dreamed that one day I'd become a grumpy. I never dreamed that one day I'd become a grumpy old man, but here I am.
Killing it.
Killing it.
don't even know.
Menopause. See, he admitted to having menopause,
Menopause.
being on his man period.
Oh man,
We all had those days.
I was in sex ed, right, in 10th grade, and they asked, they go, does anybody know what PMS stands for? And I promise you, I knew the answer, you know. And I raised my hand and I said, premarital sex. I promise you, that's what I thought it meant. Everybody laughed at me. I'm like, what do you mean? That's what it means. It means premarital sex.
Was the classroom cracking up?
Yeah, the whole class was laughing at me, and the teacher thought I was like being a smart guy, right? And
The principal didn't find it funny either.
Yeah,
You sure that one's okay?
I guess.
So we have a joke between us because everybody always thinks she's Asian. So I sent her this meme on, I think it's hilarious, on July 31st. Hopefully it's hilarious. So can you read it?
No, you don't have to read that one.
You have to read it.
So you see it's an Asian kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it says, ever wonder if Asians make fun of Caucasians? And so he's got his eyes big and wide open like a white guy. He says, look at me. My name is Jeff. How about that football game? Boy, I love avocado toast. and he's making this face. So it's an Asian making fun of white boys.
Marie says all men PMS, they just don't admit it. Ain't that the truth, Marie? And then everyday PMS stands for pretty mean sister.
Is that your sister on there saying
No.
that?
Well, yeah,
I do
Maria,
love
I've
avocado toast.
never been married, so I've definitely had PMS.
I do love avocado toast.
It's new for me. So I was married for 17 years, and she was emotionally, she was just this. It never changed. It was always this, and so the highs and lows are new for me.
That was my starter marriage as well.
It's a new experience.
Your
It makes my
starter marriage? Is that what you just said?
That's what the wife and I call it. We were both married previously, and we call it our starter marriages.
So this means boring.
Yeah,
Boring.
exactly. Technically, it's guacamole toast. You have a point, deep fried deals. That's awesome. What is avocado toast, Alex? Because you're Cuban and live in Miami.
Well, it's because we call it aguacate tostada.
Pantalones.
Pantalones.
¿Dónde están mis pantalones?
So I got another story if you guys want it about when
Absolutely.
I told her that I loved her.
We love
Actually,
stories,
she
man.
told me that she loved me.
No, the first time he ever told me I love you, I responded. I want to tell him what I responded back with.
Baby, you have to tell the whole story.
Just cut to the chase.
No, this is good. This is good.
Okay.
They're building hours for YouTube. Okay, so we kept joking around that I'm a businessman and all that. And so what I did is I did an evaluation for her. And I put together this entire evaluation based on our relationship up to this point and and it was hilarious. I was crying. She was crying.
Yeah,
and
from laughing.
The evaluation was absolutely hilarious. So I made it an evaluation whether she was going to be my girlfriend or not, whether she was going to get out of the probationary period and actually be brought on as my girlfriend. And it was all a joke. So I understand.
He thought it'd be hilarious to give me a 30-day eval.
So I understand women that would be offended by that. She is not one that would ever be offended by that. She thinks it's the most amazing thing in the world. And it's one of our favorite memories because we were up for hours just dying laughing. And so one of the things you guys asked before, movies. I love movies. I would watch them like crazy, but she not so much. And so I can't believe that she's never watched The Princess Bride.
Never
and
seen
so
it.
Me, I'll crack a ton of jokes based on movies, but I had to stop because she wouldn't get them. And so all the Princess Bride jokes, I mean, they meant nothing to her. Nothing.
Everything just went over my head because I've never seen it.
So in Princess Bride, you guys have all seen The Princess Bride, right?
I've never seen it.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen
I'm a movie guy, but I've never
What
seen
about you, Oscar?
I think I've seen it, but I don't remember
Right,
it.
one out of 5 ain't bad. So
I've seen it too.
all right, 2 out of 5 ain't bad.
2 out of 5.
So in Princess Bride, when they say "as you wish," that's their secret code for "I love you." Now, George's memory is hit or miss.
I
Okay?
have some timers.
and she knows it, and I know it, and we work around it. And so the very last question was, "What does 'as you wish' mean?" And so I've been trying to get her to watch the movie, the whole deal. She just wasn't into that. And we'd gone through this whole thing. I've explained the movie to her and all these themes and all, and she can't remember. And we're dying laughing. And then she finally remembers and she goes, "I love you." And I'm, "Oh, I love you too." And that's the first time I told her that I loved her. I set her up.
He tricked me.
I set her
he
up.
set me up for the woo-woo.
Another setup.
I set her up, and did I go, "Okay, you can come over to my place whenever you want. Here's the key."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think at that point, then I was like, "All right, you passed your probationary period, and if you want to come over here, and I'm not here, you can hang out and whatever. Here's my warehouse. Here's all the money. Here's whatever. Do your thing."
So the first time he ever told me that he loved me, I responded back with, "Thank you."
So now our joke is, so like she'll tell me that she loves me, and I'll just come up to her and I'll go, "Namaste." Which we are the only ones that would ever think it's funny. I mean, probably everybody in the chat thinks you guys are idiots, and all the women are offended. She does not get offended by this. She loves it. It's one of the things that drew her to me. And so when everybody goes, "Oh man, how do you get a girl to fall in love with you in a third date?" Well, you just be you. You have to find somebody that's
going to
compatible.
appreciate you for you. Yeah.
So our humors are compatible. Well, I would say our humors are mostly compatible. So I think her humor goes too far one direction, and where I'm going, yeah, I don't think that's funny. That's too far over the line. And so she'll pull me a little bit closer to the edge of the line, and I'll pull her back to the line. And so, but we're still compatible in regards to humor. And
You put the line around my waist.
that was a joint effort. I will admit that was whose idea was that?
What?
Was that my idea or your idea?
It was kind of both.
And then I was like, "Get the tape,
Well,
hurry!"
yeah, because I gave him the idea to put it by Manny, and then he took it an extra step and wrapped it around Manny.
So she pulls me closer to the line, and then I pull her back to the line. So really, that's how our relationship works. But there'd be times where we would literally be laughing and crying for hours. And she's funny to the point where she would be like, ha, 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 ha! And she literally will be dying laughing and will pass out in an instant. And I'm sitting there just like, what just happened? What just happened?
It's not as bad as Jordan, though.
I was waiting on that.
I was waiting for you to spit your drink out as you're sipping it.
Oh, man.
You totally have to pay homage to Jordan on some live show and just pretend you fall asleep. Stop answering comments.
But that was the first time she told me she loved me. And then I responded that I loved her too. And I was like, all right, you passed. You're out of probation, which we thought was hilarious. I mean, we were crying so hard that night just from laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Which, what woman, I mean, in all reality, I don't know. I don't know another woman who you could have joked around with a probationary, and went through, all right, well, here's your probationary, and would have been laughing so hard there was snot coming out and flying everywhere. And
why are you always trying to embarrass me?
maybe you do it to yourself. Like you
He
would
even gave me a 60-day
she would
probation.
never ever be embarrassed. If we were live one-on-one, she would never be embarrassed. She would take things to the extreme, and so she plays this whole embarrassed thing on video. But she doesn't get embarrassed.
He even took it a step further where he gave me a 60-day eval and a 90-day eval.
So I did 90. Yeah, we did a 90-day eval. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, the 2 hours is up.
I
told Jordan that we would only be on for the first hour, but here we are, 2 hours later.
You can't resist me. Just admit it, George.
Ladies. Oh wait, what?
Are you asking for a friend, Alma, or for yourself?
He's asking for me.
Brothers. If she thinks she's talking about you having brothers or me, I have 3 brothers.
Wait, let me see the question.
None of
Did his mom just flirt live on his YouTube?
No, she's definitely asking for a friend.
For a friend. I have 3 brothers, but they do not have personalities.
I have 3 brothers, but they're all taken. They're all in relations.
Currently, but if you play your cards right, mature lady.
If these mature ladies play their cards right.
You got to know the game. Now,
I can be a mature lady.
Evaluation. Make sure you sing the ABCs and then Louie at the top of your lungs.
You guys just go on for 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
7 hours.
It used to be 6.
We're gonna do an 8 hour. The next 6 hours, I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah.
Whatever
we
I got to get my hours for YouTube, man.
I'm just gonna sit here and sleep.
YouTube a nonstop live stream. Like, and one person watches. It's your mom.
Manny wants to do that. Manny wants to stream live 24/7 and just not stop.
D-Rup wants to know if we fired Meerkat.
Yes. Well, you fired Meerkat. I didn't. She's your sister.
I wouldn't say we fired her.
She fired her.
It was mutual.
She fired.
Didn't invite her back.
she fired her.
Meerkat is my sister. So when we first started going live, she was our only mod.
And we didn't even know that we needed a mod. And my goodness, we need so many mods now. It's ridiculous.
The first one we had no idea. So then the second one, I asked her to be our mod. And then we started networking and met we have the best mods in Borderline Hordish. A lot of your mods are our mods too. they're just amazing. And so with the amount of people that come on our lives, we need multiple mods. So I probably have like 20 right now.
Kimmy's the rock star mod.
Yeah, Kimmy and Melissa W. and
Yeah.
Mara
They're-
Jesse Fields.
There are mods too.
And we openly share with our channel, if there is any negativity whatsoever, we will block you and your comments get deleted. And YouTube uses what's called ghost blocking. And so a hater can be in there and they can be typing, and YouTube makes them think that they're ghost blocked. They think that they're still making comments that everybody can see, and nobody can see those
Only
comments.
they can.
Only they can see that they think those comments went live. YouTube does that to keep the viewer engaged, and so the viewer keeps actually viewing. The only way that a person can find out that they're blocked is if they jump on a live stream, and the chat will tell them, hey, you can't actually put anything in here. So that's how a person finds out that they're blocked on YouTube.
Yeah.
But we have tens of thousands upon thousands of people.
With our channel growing so big, we have a zero tolerance for any negativity. So if you say one negative comment,
it's just done.
Yeah.
It's just done. We just go,
There's
all right.
just- There's just no time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They just started, or I just noticed it, but they just started where they are now holding comments that they're unsure of before they post live, so you don't have to even deal with it right away on the page
Right.
if you didn't catch it right away.
Yeah,
And-
even like it says like show or hide, like it's
Yeah, and
pretty-
we were
Held for
fortunate.
preview.
We were
yeah.
fortunate that we've had that from the beginning. And so they rolled that out to a hand, they'll pilot that stuff first. So if you can imagine, we go through hundreds of spam and held for review comments every single day.
That's what it is. Held for review. I just got that on my channel. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's an
it is
incredible
nice.
feature. And so we also have you all have channels. In your channels, if you go into your community settings, you'll have banned words. We have thousands upon thousands upon thousands
With
of
different
banned words.
spellings.
Different spellings. So
words.
all these trolls, they go, oh, I can trick YouTube if I spell it this way. We have every variation of spelling. It never goes through. It's a very, very, very rare thing for anything to go through.
So it's a list we would recommend if you have a channel and you're posting videos to include those banned words to your list. And it's the same area where you add your moderators.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a little box at the bottom and you type in all
Yeah.
the words.
Yeah.
So we'll give one example. So if somebody gets offended by a video that we put out, which is everybody, I mean, every video we put out, we offend somebody. So today we buy a unit and we buy it for $2,000, and there's a moose head in there. I guarantee you somebody's going to be offended because we're excited because there's a moose head in there.
I'm offended you spent $2,000.
So the very first thing YouTubers will want to do is they want to broadcast to the world, I'm unsubscribing from your channel. Well, what do you think one of our words is? Unsubscribe. Nobody will ever know that you unsubscribe. Nobody. And yet they still, I mean, I don't know why. They think they have to broadcast it to the world, but it's at any rate, we have a no tolerance policy. We catch all those things and it just goes.
Now, do you guys go through the comments when like, do you laugh at them? Like, are there some of them that you just have a great time laughing at them?
Well, we have with our AA panel, we have an ongoing group chat message as well on Facebook, and we'll take screenshots of the best ones and send them and share them with each other.
We just started a new competition this week with the group. We're going to give an award every week who gets the best troll comment. And so we'll screenshot the funniest and the dumbest and and at the end of the week somebody's going to win the best troll comment.
You should start a secret YouTube
That's
channel.
a hyperbole comment. Yeah.
You should do a secret YouTube channel just showing the ridiculous comments.
That would be so
That would
we've
be
even
funny.
talked about that with some of the other channels. Like some of the channels they'll do that, they'll do responding to trolls, and then some want to do it and we won't do it just because it's an instinct thing with the channel to where we think it will actually hurt the channel negatively if we do it. Yes, I said doo-doo.
Do.
So we started compiling a list, and we were like, we're going to make this, responding to troll comments. And then we backed off from it, and we went, this is not a good direction for us to go for our channel personally.
Yeah.
No, exactly. No, that's why I said like a secret channel. Do a TikTok, a private TikTok.
Yeah. And they are hilarious. I mean, there are some times where we just will die laughing from the comments that we get. Die laughing.
Yeah, people just being mean.
And we just laugh at it. We don't tolerate it. We laugh at it.
It's not worth your energy either to get all worked up or
Well, and she loves the aspect of responding back and trolling back at them. And so she's like, so in the beginning, before she was part of the channel,
when our channel was a little bit smaller and the comments were more
manageable, right?
Yeah,
more
manageable.
We would clap back and
in the
troll
past,
back,
I would just block and delete. And she was like, no, respond to him, get a conversation going, And she's like, no, you gotta.
So we made a game of it. We were trolling back on the trolls.
But there's no time to do that anymore. But we've actually, one of the things that we'll do sometimes, we'll copy and paste what they write on if they have content, we'll copy and paste what they write on our video, and we'll just paste it on one of their videos, and they will go off. How dare you? We'll get emails in the email,
death
the what
threats.
the hell's death threats. I mean, the whole deal.
Oh man, everybody loves a death threat.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun.
and legal.
We should start with the death threats and do a video based on all of our death threats.
We could do that. Start compiling it.
Yeah, we'll compile death threats. That'd be awesome.
You guys. The other day on your live, I put my new hater song. Have you heard it? You remember? You sang it.
I sang it, but
she sang it. Yeah. But you were busy. You were busy because you were about to show what was on the computer and stuff.
Revealing what was on the
I was so busy because
you were excited.
We had so many memory cards and thumb drives, and one had to be revealed every so minutes. So everybody's like, Jeremy, you're such a jerk. You're running over. You won't let her talk. Well, she doesn't go through the agenda and what has to be done in time. She's the sidekick. She's the winger who goes, all right, Jeremy, answer this, answer this, answer this. And so if I ran over it is because we had already promised in previous videos we were going to go through all of this, and I had to deliver on the promise.
Was it to the Barney song?
Yeah, it was to the Barney rhythm. And it's funny because I think it was Tuesday, I ended up going to Goodwill where I found this guy right here. You see this guy?
Sure.
Hey.
Nice.
But I also found a Barney, and I was gonna buy the Barney just to have him so I could sing the song with him. But then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go that far. And but yeah, it's a pretty cool song. It goes, I love you, you hate me. Thank you for the views you gave me with a big thumbs up or down, whichever one you choose. Don't you hate that you love me too?
I love it.
Yeah, and a lot of the trolls don't realize that even if you thumbs down a video, YouTube registers it as an interaction.
Yeah.
They don't look at it as a thumbs up. They don't look at it as it's an interaction and a view.
Yeah.
Or when they leave you a nasty comment.
We've had people emailing us and commenting saying that they're going to thumbs down every single one of our videos. And we're like, please do. Yeah. Please do.
She'll respond back. Here's a link to every single video. Make sure you hit it multiple times and
just do the reverse. No, please don't.
Yeah. Well, we were doing that when we were clapping back. We were like, no, please don't unsubscribe. We'll pay you anything. What will it cost us? We'll do anything. There's only 7.2 billion people in this world. We can't lose you as a subscriber. We don't care what it costs. And that would just get them, even more riled up, which was fun. But
the one thing, the bearded picker, I'm sure someone else had said it too, but I always thought it was hilarious. He's like, remember, if you really hate me, you need to hit the thumbs down twice.
2 times. Yeah,
2 times.
Sometimes too. We used to say that too. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. I got a bunch of packages to wrap.
You guys are soldiers, man. Can I just say thank you for tolerating 2 hours with Manny? I mean, I don't know how I do it every week, but you guys are soldiers. I mean,
conversation makes it easy.
We're only here for Manny.
Everybody's only here for Manny.
Manny. I'll see you soon.
We appreciate you inviting us on your show. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks,
you guys
guys.
were a fun panel, and it was fun hanging out with the folks that are in the chat as well. So
Listen to you land on the plane. Like,
So, like I said before, if I may, anybody in the chat, What the Hales is a great YouTube channel, great couple. They do storage units, but more than anything, they spread joy, positivity, and love in this world. And we need more people like them, and you need to go and support them. Let's try to get them to 1,000 subs by tonight. So go and subscribe to their channel and go check them out. Thank you guys for. I'm just like, it's awesome that you guys are on our show. So,
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
We appreciate it.
appreciate it.
But
Good night, everyone.
night, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend.
This is to the camera.
I know where you live.
the fastest 2 hours of my life.
we need to change